Guys, welcome back to my another video, and we'll be starting with the chapter 1, that is automated business process. And in this video we'll be covering about 21 questions with cheat codes which will make your life very much easier in EIS. So just a minute, let's start. So the first question is, explain various categories of business process. Explain various categories of business process. The cheat code is operating and supporting management. What are the various categories of business process? Different types of categories of business process. One is to operate, one is to support, and the other is management. So the cheat code is operating and supporting management. That is operating processes, supporting processes, and management processes. Explain various objectives of BPA or typical success factor of BPA. So explain objectives of BPA. So the cheat code is, the objective of BPA is to avail ITC, The objective of BPA is to avail ITC. The objective of BPA is to avail ITC. That is available, integrity, timeliness, and confidentiality. Now the next question is, explain the benefits of automating business process. Explain the benefits of automating business process. So the cheat code is rig, reduced quality, time, visibility. Rig, reduced quality, time, visibility. Rig, reduced quality, time, visibility. So the cheat code is pretty easy. So let's start. R stands for reduced turnaround times. Then I stands for improved operational efficiency. G stands for governance and reliability. Then reduced cost, quality and consistency, time saving and visibility. Next question. Which business processes suit best to automation? Which business processes suit best to automation? So you'll ask the question, process, time sensitive process. So what kind of business process suit best to automation? Process, time sensitive process suit best to automation. Okay, so the first one is process involving high volume of tasks or repetitive tasks requiring multiple people to execute tasks involving the need of compliance and audit trail, time sensitive process, and high significant impact on other processes and system. So the cheat code is very easy. So as soon as the question comes is, which business process suit best to automation? So you all know the cheat code: process, time sensitive process. Next question is, challenges involved in BPA. The cheat code is, as said, or automating staff. What is the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge is to automate the staff and implement complex process. The biggest challenge is to automate the staff and implement complex processes, or ACID, that is automating redundant processes, staff resistance, implementation cost, and defining complex processes. Explain the criteria for selection of goals while implementation of BPA. While implementation of BPA, goals should be SMART. While implementation of BPA, the goal should be SMART, that is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Explain business risk and its type. Explain business risk and its type. How? So your question should be, you know the risk. Just assume you know the risk. Your question should be, how to deal with this risk. How to deal with this risk. So the answer is HR's financial and operational regulatory strategy. HR's financial and operational regulatory strategy. So explain the business risk and its type. You know the risk. Assume you know the risk. You will ask the question, how to deal with this risk. That is HR's financial and operational regulatory strategy. That is hazard risk, residual risk, financial risk, operational risk, regulatory risk, and strategic risk. This is one of the biggest question. Explain the risk and challenges associated with technology. As soon as you hear the word technology, PDF should click in your mind. PDF should click in your mind. PDF should click in your mind. So the cheat code is, send PDF needed by multiple vendors. Send PDF needed by multiple vendors. Send PDF needed by multiple vendors. So explain the risk and challenges associated with technology. Send PDF needed by multiple vendors. That is S say segregation of duties, E say external threats to cyber crimes and frauds, and say need to ensure continuity of business processes in event of major exigencies. D say comes different types of controls for different types of system. Then P say comes proper alignment with business objectives and legal requirement. D say dependence on vendors due to outsourcing of IT services. F say frequent changes in technology that needed, say we have need for governance processes to adequately manage technology and information security. Then multiple say have multiplicity and complexity of system, and vendor say we have vendor related concentration issues. The ninth and 10th questions we have discussed in third chapter. So if y'all want, y'all can watch the third chapter videos. Now this is again another big answer with many head points. Explain general controls of banking. Explain general controls of banking. Banking provides general controls to whom? What kind of general controls does banking provide? I confidentially manage. This is I is bank saying I confidentially manage some VIP caps. Some VIP caps. What does the bank say? I confidentially manage some VIP caps. So explain general controls of banking. This was the question asked by people to banking. So banking said I confidentially manage some VIP caps. That is, I say incident response and management, confidentiality, integrity and availability of software and data files, management of systems acquisition and implementation, separation of key IT functions under training and qualification of operation personnel, monitoring of applications and supporting servers, value added areas of service level agreements, information security policy, proper development and implementation of application software, change of management, administration, access and authentication, backup, recovery and business continuity. I know this was a long answer, but even if you remember the hit points, it's more than enough. अंदर कुछ भी लिख के आओगे चलेगा. And the same case with the 8th answer. Now comes explain components of internal control as per essay. Explain components of internal control as per essay. So what should be an internal control? Controlling the mic risk, controlling the mic risk, controlling the mic risk. That is control environment, monitoring of controls, information and communication, control activities and risk assessment. Explain the benefits of enterprise risk management. Explain the benefits of enterprise risk management. Explain the benefits of enterprise risk management. The cheat code is very funny. That is Mera Lips. That is minimize operational surprises and losses, enhance risk response decisions, rationalize capital, align risk appetite and strategy, link growth, risk and return, identify and manage cross enterprise risk, provide integrated response to multiple risk and seize opportunity. Explain the components of enterprise risk management. Explain the components of enterprise risk management. As soon as you hear the word components and risk. So what are the components of risk? The main component of risk is crime. The main component of risk is crime. So the cheat code will hit, and that is objective of crime is internal risk. Objective of crime is internal risk. Explain components of enterprise risk management. जैसे ही word सुना component of risk, what should kick in? Crime. And crime से क्या आएगा? Objective of crime is internal risk. That is objective setting, control activities, risk procedure, information and communication, monitoring, event identification, internal environment and risk assessment. Now this and the next answer is very important. So let's start. Explain the advantages of flowchart. Explain the advantages of flowchart. You should have how are flowcharts? How are flowcharts? So the answer will kick in. That is flowcharts are quick, effective piece of efficient document. What are flowcharts? Flowcharts are quick, effective piece of efficient documents. That is quicker grasp of relationships, effective analysis, program debugging, identifying responsibilities, efficient program maintenance, communication, establishing controls, efficient coding, documentation. So as soon as you hear the word advantages, you should ask how are flowcharts? Flowcharts are quick, effective piece of efficient document. Now another question, that is explain the limitations of flowchart. Explain the limitations of flowchart. This both questions are very important from exam perspective. Now you should ask how does the flowchart limit us? How does the flowchart limit us? That is flowchart is standard, complex, modified link of reproduction. A standard, complex, modified link of production. That is standardization, complex logic, modification, link between conditions and actions and reproduction. Now 17th and 18th question is basically linked to the modules you have studied in chapter 2. So explain order to cash process. Explain order to cash process. When do you pay cash? When you buy something and when the opposite person sells you something. So this is related to sales and distribution model studied in chapter 2. So explain the order to cash process. The cheat code is sales order mister. Sales order mister. That is sales and marketing, order fulfillment, manufacturing and receivables. Explain procure to pay process. Explain procure to pay process. This one is related to material management module from chapter 2, so please refer that. And the cheat code is यूपी वाले वेंडर स्टोर्स अकाउंट. यूपी वाले वेंडर स्टोर्स अकाउंट. आप पे किसको करने वाले हो? आप यूपी वाले वेंडर को पे करने वाले हो. किसके लिए? स्टोर्स अकाउंट में. किसके लिए? स्टोर्स अकाउंट में. तो यूपी वाले वेंडर स्टोर्स अकाउंट, दैट इज़ यूज़र डिपार्टमेंट, प्रोक्योरमेंट डिपार्टमेंट, वेंडर स्टोर्स अकाउंट पेएबल. एक्सप्लेन टिपिकल स्टेज ऑफ HR साइकिल. एक्सप्लेन टिपिकल स्टेज ऑफ HR साइकिल. अगर किसी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स के साइकिल को डिफाइन करना है तो कैसे करोगे? फर्स्ट यूल रिक्रूट देम, देन यूल टर्मिनेट द ओरिजिनल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. फर्स्ट यूल रिक्रूट देम, देन यूल टर्मिनेट द ओरिजिनल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. So explain typical stage of HR cycle. First recruit them, then terminate the original contract, that is recruiting and onboarding, termination or transition, orientation and career planning and career development. Explain typical phases of inventory cycle for manufacturers. Explain typical phases of inventory cycle for manufacturers. So it starts like this, like order finished products. Order finished products. Inventory कहाँ से आएगी? For a trader, inventory कहाँ से आएगी? Order finished products. Order finished products, that is ordering phase, finished goods phase, delivery phase. Now the last question for this video, this is one of the interesting question. Explain typical steps of fixed assets process. Fixed assets process. तो हमारे केस में fixed asset क्या है? Plant. Plant है fixed asset. फिर plant को हम लोग क्या करने वाले? Plant को will repair and then will depreciate double. Will depreciate double. तो सबसे पहले plant को repair करो and then depreciate double. So the cheat code is basically PR at DD. PR at DD, that is procuring an asset, registering or adding an asset, adjusting the asset, transferring the asset, depreciating the asset and disposing the asset. So that's it for this video. You will be finding the PDF maybe in the description or through Google Drive. And for another video, subscribe to my channel. In the next video, I'll be starting with the 4th chapter, wherein we'll be discussing about 40 answers in 2 parts. So that's it for this video. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel, Khalid's Academy of CA.